All right. Evening, everyone. Hello, looks like we're live. I'm Professor McCoy. Welcome back to Fable 3. How is everyone? I see Grace already in the chat, so hello, welcome. Welcome everybody else as well. It looks like we have, given that we just did a bunch of main quests last time, we've got some side quests to do this time. Not a bunch of main quests. We did a little bit of the main quest, let's put it that way. This little thing appeared. Oh, well, she's not gonna give our hero a minute, yeah. Here we go.
Hello.
Little Mary.
Oh, hey. Oh, there.
Every good usurping prince needs a little princess, right? All right, moving on. So we're back out onto the adventure. We have let's see. No, I have that one quest here that I don't need to do. That is the hello, Impsimp, and welcome as well. I have a Wonder Emporium now. Okay, all right. I live here. No, nothing I can do there. No quests. No. Oh, there is a quest in Driftwood. Millfields. Let's check Driftwood first, shall we? What have we here? Ooh, there's a ship. There's a cave. This is all new, isn't it? Well, that's quite nice. There's got to be... Where's the other quest? It said there were two quests here. We cannot see Grace. Well, for your convenience, up there. That'll have to work. Wait, hold on, Imsimp. The U.S. embargo on Canada. Are you memeing, or is this actually a thing that I haven't heard of? Is this just a reference to you guys not being able to see each other, or is there actually a news item related to this that is ironic and absurd? Oops, I knocked over barrels. Anyway, listen, because again, you never know. Current year is full of such nonsense, isn't it? Grace says hello. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of the best I can do as far as putting the chat up in such a way as it will not be in the way very much, but it will still be as legible as possible. So, this is my best impromptu solution I can come up with, I think. Anyway, Imsim says I can see her there. It's annoying not seeing her in the chat proper. Yeah, true. Okay, you are memeing. Listen, you never know. You really never know. I really wish that the map were properly one-to-one and maybe even showed where you were. That'd be cool. Hardy har. Catholic jokes. Nice one, Imsim. Now, I will say, if you're not in a state of crisis, get on that, fix it up. But if once again just another meme, then have fun with it. What? They're mining. Interesting. We'll join in the digging, I guess. It's interesting. They're mining in these weird little islands. Ugh. Or I guess maybe they're quarrying more than mining, I would think. Alright, that's interesting. That's where I went in. Let's see, where else is there? Apparently there are more holes that these fine folk have dug. Like this one. Huh. Is that right here? Ooh, I bet that's how I get to that little thingy. You can out here. That can let me. Okay. Okay. Nope. Oh, yep. Okay, there's a prompt there. Hold on. There we go. All right, sweet. All right, so I need to get up there, so if you'll excuse me. Ah, good. You've put up a plank. Planks are nice. That's wonderful. I don't know why I couldn't have done that. There we go. Come on. Gotta be a reasonably easy way to get there, right? Or is there not? To go all the way around. That's irritating, isn't it? There. Where'd it go? Man, this is going quite far. Alright, moving on. Oh no, it's sword. How do I get over there? Shoot. I know that I can because I have. There was a quest that took me up there, if I'm not mistaken. Alright. Let's try and get up there, shall we? I did promise you guys side quests, so here they are. Enjoy. With this, nothing.
Hi, never seen you before. You're not one of those serial killing strangers, are you?
You
Yes,
around here,
actually.
eh? Well, welcome.
No, not exactly. All right. Anyway, so in the news, the exact same things as last week. There may or may not be a ceasefire with Iran, which by may or may not be, I mean It is unclear whether Israel's efforts to completely ruin the ceasefire have succeeded or failed. So, yeah, that's where we are right now. Right where we always are. Waiting to see if Israel has ruined everything for everyone. Oh, I'm guessing we just have to wait for them to continue construction or something, don't we? Yeah, I bet that's it. They have to rebuild that bridge, don't they? Or something like that. Big slide. Fishery. Yeah, I'll buy it. Chase passive income, bro. Unless this will take me up there. Sim says, I cannot think we've had a decade without a single war. No. Hold on. Have we gone 10 years without a proper war? Maybe it depends on what you count as a war. But I think there was enough of a gap between Vietnam and Desert Storm. I mean, there was the Cold War, obviously, but if you're just talking about actual hot wars, there was a bit of a lull between the Cold War, or between Vietnam and Gulf and Desert Storm. Yeah, 80s Grenada and Panama. I guess if you count those, yeah. Like I said, it kind of depends on what you actually count as a war. Because you might say that Grenada and Panama were sort of limited operations or something like that. I don't know. Those were mostly intel operations, though, too, weren't they? Although there were military units involved, and there were boots on the ground, yada yada. So I guess, yeah, doesn't count. I would say though that the 80s there were
one who cleared the island of hops,
probably the closest we've had to a peaceful decade. Yeah, which is depressing, really. That's as close as we can get, you know. Like, I don't want that to be as close as we can get. I want there to be actual peace. Peace would be wonderful.
You're the one who cleared the island of hops, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Great work, that, and we're very grateful. But do you think there's a chance that you could help us again? We want to expand our settlement, you see.
Yeah,
Trouble
okay.
is, we haven't got a carpenter to do the building work for us. I've written to one asking him to join us, but we need someone to deliver the letter. Will you do it?
Yeah. It's easy. To whom and where?
Thank you.
Silver Pines.
Take the letter to the Carpenter's Lodge in Silver Pines.
All right. Well, let's do it. Where's the Carpenter's Lodge? Over yonder? Yeah. No, I'm not going to buy and move in. Talking about. Yeah, let's just. Yeah, I think there. I don't think we've been truly at peace in my life. Was there a year or so in the 90s that we weren't bombing the shit out of somebody? I'm trying to remember. When I was a very small child. See, I don't know though. That is the thing. Like, to be perfectly fair, I was not. Obviously, I wasn't following. I wasn't following the U.S. warfare politics when I was a very small child. Maybe the little McCoys will see a decade without war. Maybe. I mean, there is a chance of peace someday. Perhaps. Come on. Bring it. That was gas. Wolverine, man. All right. I don't know if there is a chance for, world peace, but maybe there's a chance for the U.S. Empire to be at something like peace. Then again, that may also require the U.S. Empire to effectively fall. So there is that. Which, by the way, is a real chance. That's a real thing that is semi-likely to happen. Because we did just do a... nice. We did just spectacularly mess up our world standing by showing a tremendous weakness in the face of a middle power, like Iran. Like, Iran is a middle power. It is not a great power at all. It could be if we weren't, holding them down constantly, but... Yeah, I mean, not until Christ comes, right? Thank you, doggy. There we go. Jesus. Moving on. Silver Pines at night, man. These Balverines. Frick, there's more of them. A great deal more of them. Dog, kill, please. There we go. Thank you, dog. Oh, that was rough. It is nice that we get the Call of Duty health system in this game. Basically. Oh, shop's closed. Right. It's nighttime.
Incredible.
Indeed. Speaking of indeed, another thing that's, I guess you'd call it in the news lately, is that Amazon greenlit and then canceled the new Stargate series with the original writers. Their excuse, of course, being that it was going to appeal too much to fans. Basically the opposite problem that every other sci-fi reboot or fantasy reboot has had lately. Oh god, Pupper Doggo! There's more of them! I don't have silver bullets, man. Got regular bullets. Oh, you're doing palette creation. I assume Metabang is digital art system or something like that. That's my guess. I know very little about the process, although my wonderful wife has been driving herself a little bit mad doing some digital sketching today. Come on, Pepper Doggo, kill. Alright, I got it. Oh. Alright, good boy. Anyway, so as I was saying, if you want to watch, if you enjoy watching corporations get absolutely ripped to pieces by their prospective fans, go check out Amazon's Twitter page. Basically, every post they've made in the last, I don't know, 3-4 weeks has had the replies absolutely flooded with hashtag Save Stargate, including by most of the writers, the Stargate writers, and most of the main cast actors. The Stargate actors have been jumping in on this as well, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. No, it's pretty great. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch back.
Ah, hello.
I'm going to switch to another spell. I'm going to try the Vortex instead
Armory
of
is at your
Force.
disposal.
I'm going to go Vortex Fireball. I don't know if I like that, but... that is pretty cool. No, I'm gonna go Cold Vortex. That's what I'm gonna do. That is very cool. Okay, Metabang's a digital art platform. Okay, I figured. Cool. Cool. I mean, I don't blame you for not being on Twitter. It's... as much as I do have some fun on Twitter sometimes. I will admit this. And it is probably useful promotionally and all that stuff. But also, I still hate the format. It still sounds way too much like just shouting into the ether rather than actually talking to people intentionally. Because it's very different from something like, frankly, something like Facebook, which I generally prefer. Where I don't know, it seems like when you're talking on Facebook, you have a set audience. So I still like that. Mostly because a lot of my Facebook interactions in groups, and so groups are these little insulated communities where people talk to each other. But Twitter doesn't. I mean, it kind of has that in like Twitter communities and things like that. But I have never gotten the hang of it, so maybe I should dive into those more. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. Amazon has been getting reamed out. So, like, for example, today or yesterday, John just posted this in a link to it in Discord. If you want to check it out. He just posted a link to Amazon saying, "Hey, who are your favorite TV dads? Who are the most iconic TV dads?" Literally, every response is somebody from Stargate. Mostly, it's Teal'c. He was a great dad with a lot of struggles throughout the seasons of the show. Kind of watch his son grow up and all that, as a sort of tertiary side character. A few people were talking about Jacob Carter, who's a great character. I really like Jacob Carter. That's Sam's dad. He shows up, I don't know, like 3rd or 4th season. He I won't spoil. But he lasts. He's a recurring character for quite a while. And he's really good. I like his character. He's not like the perfect dad or anything, and he's not even the perfect character or ally or anything. But man, he's a really good, really interesting character. There's a lot going on with him. And his relationship with Sam's great. Then a good, I don't know, 10% of the replies were the one gif of O'Neill firing an anti-replicator weapon, shouting, "Who's your daddy?" And then a few people actually acknowledging that, yes, O'Neill also was a father. It's just that his son died in his backstory. So there's that. No one, I don't think anyone mentioned Vala's dad. He was only in one episode, but he was played by that one guy, one comic actor he basically always plays a slime ball. The one thing I can think of him being in that may ring a bell, he is the human in the flashback in WALL-E. The human captain, the first human captain in the flashback in WALL-E. That guy. Yeah, it's Vala's dad. He's a con man, basically. Very funny. But yeah, no one was answering question on Amazon's terms. It was all about Stargate. Which, love to see it. Love to see it. And it's lasting a while too. Usually these kinds of response bombs and these storms blow over in a few days. This is lasting weeks. I think Amazon might be realizing the mistake they made, and they might even be picking the show back up. We'll see. I have hope. I have a little bit of hope. I shouldn't when it comes to these things. Very foolish to have hope for a revival series actually being halfway decent or even coming to exist. But maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Stargate's not your range of content? It's Canadian.
An invitation to
What do you mean?
Driftwood. Sounds great. I'm getting sick of these bloody Belverines anyway.
Yeah, I bet you are. Just fought like 100 of them. Oh, jeez. All right, let's see what else. What else we got? What are the quests of where? Middle field. What do we got in the middle fields? Right. What do we got here? I bought a few houses while we were away. This is the one where I have to be ugly. I don't know how to be ugly. Oh, it's sci-fi. You're not a sci-fi person. I guess that's a reasonable excuse. I guess. It's very good though. So here's my pitch, even if you're not a sci-fi fan. Atlantis, the sort of secondary, break into the pie factory and release caged animals. No, that's stupid. Very dumb. Go to the Wheel of Misfortune. Wait, I can just... Oh, is that just a you know what? Fine, I'm just going to do it. Is that just a replayable like boss rush thing? Interesting. I kind of want to try it. Oh, okay, not you. But yeah, it's so my pitch for Stargate, for SG-1 at least, the first series, is that it's far more humanities focused than it is proper science fiction. That is like science focused. I wouldn't call it I wouldn't call it like. I wouldn't really call it. Wouldn't call it fantasy or science fantasy so much, because there is some sci-fi to it, some proper right sci-fi to it. But a lot of it is I would call it soft science fiction, but that exists as a concept already. What I mean by this is that its focus is on the soft sciences rather than the hard sciences. Sure, there is some hard sci-fi. There are some hard sci-fi concepts in it, like wormhole physics and stuff, but it's mostly technobabble. Sometimes it's relevant, but usually the science in the science fiction is anthropology, linguistics, sociology, political theory, religion, these kinds of things. Even some ethics. And I mean that, like ethics, not just like, ooh, here's an ethical dilemma raised by the wonders of technology, not the traditional sci-fi type thing. It's quite interesting. It is it's a sci-fi series for not for the typical science nerd, or at least not exclusively. And the reason, the big selling point for it, for me at least, and why one thing I really like about SG-1, almost uniquely in sci-fi series, is that it is a sci-fi series where the nerd character is not a hard scientist. He's an archaeologist. So, that's right there. I'm just trying to sell you on it. I would say give the first season a try. But that's a lot to ask. And I would say give the first few episodes a try. But the third episode is widely considered the worst in the series. And I think that's probably correct. So, give it a shot. I don't know, give it a shot. Give the first few a shot. And don't get turned off by Emancipation. Which, to be fair, has some really funny moments. Like when they give Genghis Khan a gun. Not literal Genghis Khan, but the Khan, the off-world Khan guy. That's fun. But anyway, it's a good series. It's a really, really good series. I love it. Imsim says, by the way, I should mention, I never watched it when it first came out, when it was first airing, because I was a kid, and I was 98? Movie was 96, the series was 98, I think. At least I think. It was 97 or 98. So I was like 6 or 7 years old. I didn't watch it when it came out. I watched it in high school on reruns. And then more in order when it came out on Hulu. When Hulu first started existing, I watched the entire Stargate series. Very early in college. Late in high school? No, early college. Early in college. Wait, really? No. That's not Atlantis. Atlantis is more straight science fiction. SG-1 is the one that's more like the soft sciences, more humanities focused. Atlantis is a lot more straight classical science fiction. There is some sort of geopolitics stuff in it, and there's some anthropology stuff in it, but it is more straightforward science fiction than SG-1, which is the original, the first series. Then again, you might wind up liking Atlantis once you're already kind of hooked into SG-1. That's kind of what happened to me. And then I just kind of really like a lot of the characters in Atlantis. The character work in Atlantis is at least as good. And on rare occasions, it might even be a little bit better than in SG-1. I mean, don't say no to Atlantis. But here's the other thing: Atlantis doesn't kick off until season 6 or so, 5 or 6 of SG-1, and then they ran concurrently. There were sort of parallel stories that crossed over on rare occasions, like once or twice per season. There was a crossover event kind of thing where one series would affect the other or something like that. But you could realistically, like what I usually will do if I'm rewatching the series is I'll watch SG-1 up until Atlantis splits off, and then I'll go season SG-1, season of Atlantis, season of SG-1, season of Atlantis. rather than trying to go back and forth episode by episode, because that's a pain. Okay, Grace, if you're going to do the first 3 episodes of SG-1, count the first Children of the Gods Part 1 and 2 as 1. That was the pilot. That was the original pilot. And it's basically a feature length. You could start with the film. There was the feature film. But it's mostly different actors. It's very different in tone. It's somewhat different in theme. And it's not as good. So there's that. It was good. It was a good movie, but it was very different than what the series wound up being. Imsim said, I'm still working on my survival horror where the Archangel St. Michael appears in human form to help one of the protagonists named Mike. Okay. Where would you find it in Canada for streaming? I think Amazon still got it. As annoyed as we are with them right now. Then again, I will say, if more people start streaming it, start watching it, that might also encourage them to say, hey, wait, maybe this series has some potential to it again, after all. Maybe there's a wide audience for this.
Do you believe in animal rights? Well, do you?
No.
Those bastards, the greedy pie makers of Bowerstone, certainly don't, that's for sure. They experiment on them for new salves, rouges, lip balms, and other futile fripperies. Then they kill them and put them into pies. It's barbaric. Someone like you could do something about it, though. Free them from those evil carnivorous tyrants. All you have to do is, well, break into a certain factory and open all the cages. Will you do it?
No, poor people eat those pies. That's evil. I'm sorry. I don't care what the morality system of the game says. That is an evil action. Bro. Come on, man. Like, seriously. Again, think about it. Yes, fine. Maybe it would be nice if we didn't make the animals into pies. It'd be nice to them. But also, one of the big problems in Bowerstone is that the poor are extremely poor and downtrodden. And if they're making cheap meat pies, that is tremendously useful for everybody. Yeah, that is a very vegan-coded quest. Very much so. Yeah, nah, let's not do that. Again, a lot of these, a lot of things like that wind up on the one hand lacking any nuance, and then also lacking any second-order thinking. It fails to account for the consequences of one's choices and actions. That is quite the moon. Pretty. There's slow time potion, nice. You have to no, it is a pure side quest. Oh, wait, I own Reaver's Manor? Really? How do I own Reaver's Manor? I don't remember buying it or acquiring it. Can I replace this with my own statue? Hi.
Hey, you're all right, you are?
Oh, good, thanks. Glad to think so. I'm not going to dance with guard, though, no. I don't know, man. Seems kind of gay to me.
Welcome, friend. You are now the proud owner of Lakeview Manor. You will be delighted to know that the previous owner was me, Reaver. So the echoes of 1,000 revelries will keep you company as you wither and die of old age. Should you wish to accelerate this demise, I suggest you spin the wheel in the ballroom to partake in a delicious game I often enjoyed playing myself. Tatty bye now.
Dead Ned's revolver, treasure hunter. Hit enemies with 200 flourishes, kill 40 nobles. I don't have a need for that, really. Also, I mean, I'll take it, but... This? Dirty Harriet. Inspector, drag 10 criminals to jail. Okay. Harriet Thatcher was the first so far. Only female Garden Power Stone. Didn't play by the book, but damn it, she got the job done. Good woman. 150 human enemies with flourishes. Increase your moral standing. How do I buy this or get this?
Welcome to the sanctuary.
Can I get Dirty Harriet?
The armory is at your disposal.
No. That's weird. Why not? Strange. Okay, then. I don't know why I can't pick those up. Okay, Erica, is this in fact Reaver? From the second game?
My dear Reaver, you're a sallow-faced, peanut-brained jackanapes. Yours sincerely, Arthur.
That's it? That was not very creative. Yeah, Erica, if you missed last week, when we actually confronted Reaver in person, and got trapped because we're very stupid. Yeah, same guy? Okay. Kind of thought so.
Getting struck by lightning is a very bad thing. Usually it'll kill you outright. You have a 1 in 2 million chance of being struck by lightning. The best defense is never to go outside during a storm. Even safer, don't go outside at all, ever.
That a
Find
minion?
a nice big building like an observatory and just hide in there.
Well, okay then. Oh, you get it from getting a high score at the Wheel of Death thingy. Wheel of Misfortune. That's right. Okay. Interesting. All right. I dig. As they say. They say that, right? Ooh, bed. I own this place, right? Why can't I redecorate? Do I have to, like... Do I have to win or something? Interesting. All right, I'm gonna try it. Let's see what we can do. They don't say that? Oh no. Okay. Whoa, jeez. Okay. All right, let's do it.
Which gave us a differential tax return of about 30%, which wasn't quite as cost-effective as we've been led to believe, but still, I think, a major saving and well worth the primary investment. And it was around that time that I decided my future lay in accountancy.
Okay.
Quiet, Hatch. The device has begun to record our words.
Extraordinary. Just like magic. How's it work? Is it magic? I like magic.
Quiet. This could make us a sizable fortune without the need of doing a minute's work. And now, welcome to Reaver's Wheel of Misfortune. Great rewards await you if you can but win at my little game. We ask that losers decompose quickly.
Okay.
Let's spin the wheel.
What do we got?
It's the wolf round.
Wolf win.
Please proceed to the arena.
The arena. Okay. Sure. Let's proceed to the arena. I don't get a potion here? Oh, well, that's disappointing. You can increase your score multiplier with each hit. Your score multiplier will reset if you are hit. If you're knocked out, your current round score will be lost. Okay.
Let the first round begin. You'll regret that. You're just making it angry. That's what we in the trade call a dead wolf. You've killed a wolf. Although, to be fair, they were bred to be evil. Hey, come on, that was a little puppy once.
Once. Dead one.
A wolf has been hit. No, wait, hang on. Can I record that again? That sounded a bit too much. Also, is my cappuccino here yet? Oh, I think you're pretty tough, don't you, beating up defenseless animals? You know what? That will make a lovely rug. Ah, I can't look. Not that I'm actually there to see it. I enjoy cruelty to animals as much as the next person, but this is too much. Round complete. Please return to the main chamber via the nearest exit. Thank you.
Okay, 7,200. We have a lot to go.
What will the Wheel of Misfortune really say this time?
Really?
It's the mercenary round. Please proceed to the arena.
I thought it was birds. You can understand why I would think it was birds. Oh, jeez. All right.
Let the round commence.
Bring it on.
You're a good-looking guy. You magicking deviant! We're gonna wipe you out like a filthy steed that you are.
Fight back, you wimps! Well, at least he isn't suffering anymore. Don't think he'll be able to walk straight for a week after that hit. Oh dear, give me a moment. It feels like a death in the family. Okay, next one. Well, that's one way to earn your wages. The life of a mercenary is a short and brutish one, and it was his first day as well.
Mary Pops, that was inhuman!
Come on, honestly. Today's mercenaries are just in it for the money.
That's some kind of magic spell.
Ooh! Well, better in than me.
Oh, he should have blocked that, but he didn't. You're rubbish.
Hey, why block? Someone like... Glad you brought that blade. Have a letter I need open.
Round complete. Please return to the main chamber via the nearest exit.
Not bad.
Thank you.
Right, let's keep going.
And what will you fight today?
Is this like in order or Hobbs? Okay.
It's the Hob round. Please proceed to the arena.
All right, let's go to the arena. I feel like this is being announced by Fat JD Vance.
Let the round commence.
Big storm time. Let's begin. Ooh, bigger. Whoosh!
Oh, that Hob doesn't know what day it is. Then again, it probably never did. A good hit for the valiant rebel there. You can say what you like about Hobbs, but you can't dispute their dressing. So bold, so original, so fashion-forward. Dear me! I hope there are no minors in the audience. Oh, that Hobbs going to be stiff in the morning. Well, stiffer than usual. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? I don't know about you, but I find Hobbs rather sexy. I like a big mouth. In fact, I require a big mouth. It died doing what it loved. Entertaining rich people! Poor thing. If anyone would like to donate to my new Hob charity, I'll arrange a funeral for the little mite. Or we can just flush him. Round complete.
Nice.
Please return to the main chamber via the nearest exit. Thank you.
All right. I feel like this is going to be an off-stream bit of thing.
Silencio! The Ville! She's about to speak!
Okay.
It's the Hollow Man round.
Hello, man.
Please proceed to the arena.
If I were to hyper-optimize this, I'd be switching weapons and stuff between rounds, but whatever.
Let the round commence. Do dead men feel pain? You might want to ask that fella. Not bad for someone who's been dead a couple of 100 years. Ah, the satisfying sound of a corpse being thoroughly thrashed. Don't you love it? It may have been struck, but it will never stop. Unless, of course, it's struck a few more times and falls over.
Not a bad strike for someone afflicted with such rampant rigor mortis.
That corpse is taking one hell of a beating. We've been advised not to call them zombies. The Hollow Man Anti-Defamation League is getting stronger all the time.
Oh no!
Wound isn't of a grave nature. I know. I'm terribly sorry. It won't happen again.
Ow, really? Fuck was that?
What a wonderful spectacle this is turning out to be, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to tell your grandchildren you were here. What a hit! That must have made the old timer feel a few centuries younger. Round complete. Please return to the main chamber via
That was
the
a
nearest
terrible
exit.
round score.
Thank you.
Alright. Anyway, speaking of ADL, hold on, before I continue, I wanted to bring up something else that was very funny that I just saw. So the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, not the Hollow Man one, the regular one, the Jew one, they just had a criticism out of all things, the New York Times. And they were criticizing the New York Times for for having a story about the term goy slop. So those of you who don't know, goy slop is a term for junk food. Basically, it's Zoomer for junk food. And the ADL is saying that no. See, this is just because young people are saying something does not mean it isn't a slur anymore. Now, they're of course claiming that the term goy slop is anti-Semitic. Anti-Semitic. Now, keep in mind, of course, goy is a Jewish slur for
Spin the wheel.
non-Jews, especially, notably,
It's the Sand Fury round. Please
Goy
proceed to
showed
the
up a
arena.
whole lot in a lot of the emails and such in the Epstein files. So to put that on people as, oh no, this is an anti-Semitic term, even though it is a Jewish slur for non-Jews, is just hilarious and delicious irony. Really. Almost as delicious as the saltwater taffy from Tarpon Springs.
Let the round commence. These sand ladies are tough. It'll take more than that to bury one. You're just making them more angry, you know.
I encountered these lithe little fighters on the edge of a desert. They weren't easy to box up, I don't mind telling you.
Our rebels may have finally met their match. Fingers crossed. Oh, you should have done that acrobat thing you do. Oh, such a shame. Back to the sands with her. Don't be alarmed, ladies and gentlemen. I think she's all right. And I think she's a she. It's so hard to tell. Oh, no, they've killed one. Oh, the Sand Fury couldn't get out of the way in time.
What's beneath those eerie helmets, do you think? A beautiful face? A misshapen monstrosity? I'd rather not find out, truth be told.
A fine block, if you like that sort of thing. Round complete.
Wasn't
Please return to the main chamber
Wasn't
via
too
the nearest
bad.
exit. Thank you.
is it Yiddish? Is it
What
Yiddish or
will
is
the
it
Wheel of
Hebrew?
Misfortune really say this time? Creature bundle.
Goy technically just means
Let
nation.
the final round commence.
Goy technically just means nation, if I'm not mistaken. Right, so Goyim means people of the nations. Like, as opposed to Israel. Ooh, I leveled up my sword.
This is all you've got, then?
Woo!
How much time have you got? There you are, then.
Ow.
Fancy that? I'm gonna dance on your entrails.
Well done. Final round complete.
Congratulations on completing Reaver's Wheel of Misfortune.
69,000.
We find you
Dangerous.
Okay, that's not bad. Woman's Masquerade Bodice. Hey, I'm in 4th place. That's fine. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, I'll maybe do this off stream. We'll see. How do I actually make this house my own so that I can decorate it and stuff? Live here. Okay, Hebrew and Yiddish. As it goes. Currently it does just mean people or nation that isn't Jewish, you know. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it's derived from the consistent refrain in the Old Testament, the nations. Referring to the nations that are not Israel. Or, I suppose, not Judah, if we're being... depending on when we're talking about. Yeah, let's do this. Escort the widow, shall we? Seam hat keeps your head warm. Very nice.
That shirt's great on you. Oh, hello there. I've been waiting for someone like you to come by. Someone who could help me. It's about my husband. Well, my late husband, that is. I said goodbye to him right here as he went off to fight in Morningwood. He was a soldier, you see. I know he's buried nearby, and I'd really like to visit him, but it's too dangerous to make the journey alone. If you wouldn't mind, would you escort me to his grave?
Yeah.
You will? Thank you so much.
Okay. Let's go.
It really is most kind of you to look after me like this.
Of course. A nice,
I hope you know how to deal
courteous
with
thing to do.
There's a good chance we'll run into a few. Oh my! Look out!
What? Nah, if we're fast
He was a
enough,
good
we can just
man, my
go.
husband. Handsome lad, my husband was. Very dashing in his uniform. I shall never love again. Not like I loved him.
Good.
Why did he have to be a soldier? Ah! Hollow men!
Keep running.
It's been a while now since he was killed.
Best thing to do
I
is just
still
keep
miss
running.
him. Every day. Never
Yeah, anyway,
marry
so
a soldier.
Grace, to your point,
They say.
the current use of goy
There are more hollow men!
is as a slur for non-Jews. It's as a dismissive slur
Thank
for
you for your
non-Jews.
kindness in bringing me here. I just need some time alone with him. You can go now. Thank you again.
Are you sure? You want some time alone here in the graveyard, surrounded by all these hollow men that are about to attack? Maybe I should defend you. That would be the nice and honorable thing to do too, I think. Any more? Oh, that's the best we can do. Woo! experience. All right, sweet. Yeah, like I said, I think, yes, it is the more common use of Goi, at least presently, is as a slur. Vacant? I can buy Morningwood Fort? Why? Why would I buy Morningwood Fort? Yeah, I'll buy it. It makes no profits.
To whom it may concern, the Swift Brigade, after a long and hard-fought battle against the hordes of hollow men, whose presence infected this valley, hereby withdraw from Morningwood Fort. Should our victory against the abominable plague of undead soldiers prove only temporary, you will find a functioning mortar, and the necessary ammunition with which to utilize it against the zombie hordes. May you not die a horrible death. Signed, Major Swift.
Okay. Sure. Ah, okay. It's another mini game. Where's the rewards? I'm sure they're on display somewhere, right? Well, let's find out. Let's do it.
Private Jammy, reporting for duty. Wait a minute. I remember you. You're that fella, aren't you? Oh, don't tell me the prince, that's it. Oh, it was a shame about me dying, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not that I'm blaming you, like. You know, you can't be Jammy forever. Well, you can. I'm still here, aren't I? I might be a ghost.
Oh my god.
But someone's got to keep them undead folk in check. They just can't stay bloody dead, can they? Look who's talking, eh? Anyway, grab that mortar. We'll show them. It'll just be like old times.
I love this.
Let's blow these buggers up. Hollow men attacking on the left.
I'm slightly inspired for D&D purposes.
Undead coming from the left flank. Here it comes. Hordes of them on the right. Look to the left. To the left. Watch out, more of them from the left. Pack of hollow men coming. Right side. The left. They're coming from the left. Watch out. Oh, that was a messy one. Undead coming from the left flank. They're preparing for an attack on the right flank. Hollow men attacking on the left. Hollow men forming up on... Watch out, more of them from the left.
That's a lot of them.
Undead coming from the left flank. Look to the left. To the left. Hey, they're shuffling over from the right here. Hollow men attacking on the left. Oh, that's one less thing. Here it comes. Hordes of them on the right. Yes. There's dead. And then there's nearly dead. Pack of hollow men coming. Right side.
Missed that shot entirely.
Watch out, more of them from the left. They're preparing for an attack on the left flank. Undead coming from the left flank. Ha ha! That'll teach you to attack Jammy's fort. The left. They're coming from the left. What? Hollow men forming up on the right flank. Undead coming from the left flank. watch out! Boom! The left! They're coming from the left, watch out! Look to the left! To the left! They're preparing for an attack on the right flank. Pack a lot of men coming! Right side! Hey, they're something up! Here they come! Hordes of them! On the right! Yes! There's
His
ten.
accent is
And then there's
delightful.
Look to the left! To the left! It's a hit! Nice! The left! They're coming from the left!
Woo!
Well done! You are now officially a captain. I'd be proud to serve under you any time.
Well, that was
We've
fun.
done it! They won't be back anytime soon. Yeah, well, not today at any rate.
$18.20. I was shooting for 2,000. That's what I'm shooting for. This is something else that I can do off stream, I think. And fun little mini game. Imsim says they call non-Jews goy or goyim, which is Hebrew for Gentile. Yeah, I mean Gentile also. I mean it's the same word. It's the same word. It's just, goy has developed into the slur, whereas Gentile is the one that's more commonly used by Christians. He says, however, I think this word doesn't work today since most Jewish people are mixed today and there are no pure Hebrews anymore. Well, you can be of pure lineage if you stick with the idea of matrilineal succession, right? That if you stick with you only need your mother to have been a Jew for you to count as a full-blooded Jew, then you can stick to you can keep a sort of pure bloodline in that case, even if you intermarry, which is of course like it makes just as much sense as any other instance of pure blood. That is to say, not very much, but it is what it is. Imsim says, I know Mormons sometimes historically have called non-Mormons Gentiles. That's interesting. I would say that is directly contrary to the scriptural understanding of Gentile, but I mean, the Mormons do plenty of things that are directly contrary to Scripture, so whatever. How do I repair all? Can't I do that? I'm not doing that. Convict. I'll buy a food stall. And a drink stall. Huh? And a gift shop. Clothier, tattoo shop. House. Ocean shop. Pawnbroker. That's expensive. Might be worth it, though. Blacksmith. Catholicism is post-Messianic Judaism. Yeah, absolutely. That is that is quite straightforward. The man who knew just enough. Furniture, huh? Could just buy up a bunch more of these, but for now I'm gonna catch a criminal, shall I? Barstone Market. Where is he? Ah, there he is.
Hope you're here to buy.
There's a bounty to be earned if you fancy it.
Yeah.
We've got another escaped prisoner on the loose. Great. I'm in your debt. Well,
Who the hell
until
just
I pay you, that
screamed?
is.
Just a child?
Never thought the town would be this rich. Wait till you see my prices.
Let's get moving.
Gotcha.
Gah! Okay, you got me, bugger.
Gotta be the black guy.
I haven't washed my hands for 3 days, by the way.
Ew. Yeah, that is the thing. Like, once again, Judaism. There was a continuity between the Judaism of the Old Testament and Catholicism in the New Testament.
You wait and see.
Much more than there is continuity between Old Testament Judaism and modern Rabbinic Judaism.
No different than me.
Modern Rabbinic Judaism is a lot more like Protestantism, frankly, in a lot of ways.
Aha! You've got Arnie the arsonist there.
Arsonist? Oh,
A lot
okay.
of folks will thank you for that, I can tell you. Thanks for this, you're a true hero. Here's your reward.
I'm gonna wait until you do your whole thing. Here. Then I'll give my thoughts. Okay, there it is. Never mind. There's the whole thing. Okay, so the idea of more than one original sin has been explored. We know that is, like, from Revelation, we know that that's not how it worked.
Anyone helping you?
Buy some
What can I do
fish.
for you then? That's a good buy. Oh, hope you enjoy it.
Oh, you won't regret buying that.
For the cash.
Oh, you won't regret buying that.
That's a good buy.
Fish. But we know,
Will ya?
strictly speaking, that it didn't happen. Right, by Revelation, we know that there are no true men that do not have their descent from Adam. Right. However, and thus we know that original sin is propagated. We know that original sin is propagated from Adam and only from Adam. However, I think that is, excuse me, that isn't necessarily the way that it would have to be.
Or I'm going to have to change careers.
Because, well, first of all, I don't think that original sin.
People seem to
I don't think that original sin is necessarily, can only necessarily be propagated by.
I hear you know how to use those weapons of yours. Well, I've got someone for you to use them on.
No.
Bloke by the name of Alan. He robbed me, he did. Took almost 1,000 gold.
Any pie maker jobs? No. Let's go across the wee river here.
You there. I hear you know how to use those weapons of yours.
No, that's
Well,
evil.
I've got someone for you to use them on.
What do you want then?
I'm doing fantastic.
Thank you, shopkeep.
Yeah, I do think that it is possible. It could be possible, let me put it that way, for there to be
Pleased to make your
another fall,
acquaintance.
basically, like independent falls. The most straightforward example of this would be if there is if God were to create two or more completely independent species of rational animals bearing the Imago Dei, and original sin were merely and purely and only transmitted through propagation, natural propagation. If both of those things were the case, then it could perfectly well be that more than one of those species fell. Take, for example, C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy has a good example of this. If you look to the second book, Paralandra, Paralandra, which is his name for Venus, has a new rational species on it. And Ransom, the main character, meets with essentially the Eve of this new species, known as the woman. Eve. And he is essentially tasked with making sure that she does not fall.
Ah, hello.
I'm going to switch back to Fire and Ice.
The armory is at your disposal. Burning a foe can have a profound psychological impact on his fellows.
Make prezzies. And so in this instance, basically, Lewis speculates, well, what if we have to think about a case where maybe one race, us, could fall, but another may or may not fall, depending on circumstances, depending on choices. Right? So I do think that is theoretically possible. Now, I actually don't think that that's how it probably works. I do tend to think that the fall was one instance, was one occurrence which affected the entire cosmos once and for all. Right? That the fall, that is Adam's choice to sin, coinciding, I think, with Satan's choice to sin, Satan's choice to tempt, which was the primal sin. That's I'm getting that from. Oh shoot! Who did that? Who said that? Bonaventure? One of the relatively early medievals had this idea that Satan's fall and man's fall were simultaneous, and that Satan fell, and the choice that Satan made, which was turning away from God, was the choice to tempt man to fall, to tempt Eve. And so it was all wrapped up into one. It wasn't this separate thing that Satan made this choice, and then God creates man, and then Satan tempts man. It was all wrapped up into one. Anyway. Irrelevant to what I was saying. I would say that original sin propagates through something like substantial form, rather than through propagation per se, physical propagation per se. That all creation yearns for redemption because all creation is affected by original sin. And the way that all creation is affected by original sin is in the very same way. So something more like that. Did you hear no?
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Little gnome.
There's some treasure in a dungeon round here.
Maybe not. But you don't have to go with that. That is an not idiosyncratic. That is a minority view on original sin. That is, quite frankly, I will admit, difficult to reconcile with magisterial teaching. So don't necessarily take this as doctrine. Certainly don't take it on my word. But it's something to look into. It's something that I think might be true.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's Bob. Me and my associates run a little business here in Bowerstone.
I see.
Except one of my associates, a fella by the name of Leonard, he was a little too obvious about it. Got himself nicked.
No.
We've got a new sheriff.
Now you seem to want me to break somebody out of prison. The other guy wants me to kill someone. I'm gonna buy the pawnbroker. Almost 300,000, but I can afford it.
And he's looking to make his career hassling decent, hard-working blokes like us.
I'm gonna go make good dear friends with that pawnbroker and then sell a bunch of my stuff. Hey, buddy.
You enjoy being a landlord?
We liked that.
1, 2, 3.
He wants me to go get something for him. Yay, we made friends.
Lovely. I'll be your true pal. If you give me a hand, do us a favor and get something for me, will you?
Okay.
You'll go fetch it. Well, that's great.
Let's go.
Cheers.
My happiness.
Let's go to Industrial, shall we? Let's go get him something. Get him his thingy. As promised, side quest tonight. All right. And by the way, I have started, ever since I was able to get Drambuie, so we'll actually find some Drambuie, I've switched my regular cocktail from a Rob Roy to this, which is a Loch Lomond, which, by the way, is delightful. If you're a Scotch drinker, if you like Scotch,
Haven't heard anything new.
yeah. If you like Scotch, you should give this a try. It is 2 parts Scotch. I use a Glenfiddich 12-year. It's a good Scotch, not a like top shelf Scotch, but a good one, good single malt. It's smoky, it's a bit fruity, and I think it works quite well with this. It uses
Best of Bowerstone, right here.
pears in the fermentation. This is a mixed drink. This is not just straight Scotch. I mean, it might look like straight Scotch because it's amber, but it's a mix. Yeah, I like it. It's so it's 2 parts Scotch whiskey, 1/2 part vermouth, and you can use sweet or dry. I use sweet vermouth because I make this a very sweet drink, and you're about to hear why. Because the other 1/4 part, or sorry, 1/2 part is Drambuie, which is a honey Scotch liqueur. An herbal honey Scotch liqueur. And it is delicious. It keeps the burn and the smoothness of the Scotch, but adds a depth and complexity of flavor that's fantastic, even with a mid-grade Scotch.
Oh, we've got all sorts. We have nice little containers.
Hey, you got it. Thanks. Right then. We're
Anyway,
mates from now on.
Think about it. Sim's go-to is a Buchanan blended Scotch whiskey. A lot of ice in half a glass, the rest cranberry juice.
Fair price paid.
Interesting. I don't know if I would... I don't like whiskey over ice. At least not proper ice. I've got a stone in here. A rock that I put in the freezer.
That's a fine item. Thank you for your custom. Come back if you have anything else to sell. Got too much gear? Sell it to me.
Give me just your old bottles, you know, the dirty, scuffed ones. You don't want those.
I know the prices are high, but I'm just reflecting the times. Business has never been better. I can hardly
Always
believe
happy to buy your unwanted items.
Don't need any of the women's clothes.
Happy to be of service.
Don't bother with the clothes.
Do you have anything I can buy off you? I hope I can make a profit on that.
One that keeps me ears warm.
That is just awful.
All right, moving on.
Drivel. Mindless, moronic drivel.
I also kind of disprefer blended scotch. I prefer single malts typically.
I was hoping you'd come round. I could use a good laugh.
I'm buying this house. It's got to be inside, right?
Excuse me, have you got the time to get stuffed?
Excuse me.
I sensed your presence before you even arrived.
What did you eat?
Ill.
Ha! You're funny, but looks aren't everything.
Where is he? Where's that little shit? Is he in the backyard?
It's a great day to be alive, and a better day to kill.
Sounds like the backyard, maybe. Aha!
Sure is a beautiful day.
Aha! You rat bastard. Excuse me? The door? Oh, what a relief. It's dead. Gone. Dead. Anyway. Alright. So, I want to go stand on the bridge and yap about something real briefly. I do want to get going by 11 or so. I want to get to bed. Well, I'll just stand on the bridge and have a little yap. Shall I? No, not dive. There we go. So, a thought I've had recently.
Feel your thirst. Buy a drink.
I was thinking back a little bit over Free Run, Beyond Journey's End. The video that I've done on Free Run was about the R of the Guillotine arc, which was very good. That is a fan favorite arc, and it might be my favorite arc. Maybe not though. I like some of the quieter moments, but still, it was really good. Because it explores this idea. Well, first of all, the idea that I've talked about before, which is the nature of these demons, which has led to all sorts of controversy and all sorts of fun things about that controversy. So check that video out. It's linked in the description if you haven't seen it. Though, of course, watch at least the first half of the first season of the show, Free Run Beyond Journey's End first, because I do kind of talk about a few spoilers. So, but check it out. The other thing, though, that this arc brings up is Friren's technique of concealing her mana. Right.
You can't go wrong.
This is sort of her distinctive technique, and it's also what sets her uniquely apart from demons in this arc, especially. She explains that this is something that the demons not only never do, but it is utterly contrary to the entire way that they organize themselves, organize their society, and the way that they think of themselves. Okay. The reason for this, of course, is that demons, they have a hierarchy amongst themselves that is entirely based on magical power. It's considered the same thing as dressing well to a human, is the analogy that they use. Right? Humans set themselves apart by noble dress, for example, and social status, and ownership of things. Well, demons don't do that. They show off their mana. And so for a demon to conceal their mana, especially habitually, except for tactical advantage in combat, would be just uncouth. It would be disgusting to them. Friren, however, uses this to her advantage and is always, constantly concealing her mana. So demons especially, but in general, no one knows just how powerful she is, or where she is, or what she's doing. She's constantly hiding what she's doing magically.
Ever seen
Cool.
anything like that?
So what made me think of this, and made me make a connection here to this, was a discussion about, a discussion we were having last week a little bit, about the guy who got doxxed and fired, and his life attempted to be ruined because he said he didn't want to work for Jews in an email, right? And one of the responses to this I kept seeing was, well, look, he'll get older and he'll learn to, quote, hide his power level. This is the common term on especially the online right, and quite frankly, the autistic community online, for concealing your views, your political beliefs, your personality quirks, whatever it might be, so as not to scare or disquiet or trigger a negative response in generally normies.
This place is owned
Right.
by a real
So,
life adventurer, you know.
the idea is to conceal your power level. What the idea of this means to not say the based thing that you might actually believe, but to sort of hint at it a little bit at a time until you get to know your social circumstances and your social circle, and then really you can start to sort of open up. Right? Now, of course, we sane people older than 20 used to just call this small talk and getting to know people before opening up. That's used to be pretty normal. But now we have to have a cutesy term for it. So it's concealing your power level, or hiding your power level, or whatever. But what interested me about this, and what made me want to do a little bit of eisegesis and read modern political discourse into this fantasy anime that has nothing to do with it, but can be read as a delightful allegory. This idea that hiding your power level or concealing your mana versus using your the extent of your power as a kind of social hierarchy or social standing tracks on quite well to at least the online right and left, political right and left, especially in the US, but not exclusively. Right? And now I will say this is largely because the left is rather hegemonic in most institutions.
Hello, how's it going?
Hi, let me go over there. But because the left is largely hegemonic in most institutions, most people on the right don't just go outright openly saying that they're right wing or that they're even Republicans or whatever, right? Oh, okay, yeah. The term is masking in the autistic community. Okay, fair enough. It's a similar concept. I have heard autistic people use hiding your power level before, though. Though maybe it's more techies that do that, but I don't know. Anyway. Point being, is this kind of maps onto, like I said, this can map onto the left and the right. Where the left, because a lot of of modern, especially sort of woke leftist beliefs are essentially luxury beliefs. They have no direct impact on one's day-to-day life, but they are beliefs that one holds for social standing, and they might have far-reaching impacts, but those impacts are not localized; they're not personal, typically. But a lot of these luxury beliefs are for, or at least partially for, social standing. If you have the right, pardon the pun, leftist beliefs, then you should put them on display. You should express that this is your ideology, and that this can be used among this sort of leftist social elite as a kind of sorting mechanism to say that, well, you're more, you have more of these ideas. You're more of a pure. You have more pure ideas. You're more woke, right? I know the term woke has sort of been tainted, but that's how it was originally used like 10 years ago. It was used as a positive moniker by the left in that very way.
This place is owned by
Now,
a
if you
real
contrast
life
that with the right,
adventurer, you know.
the political right tends to hide their power level. They conceal their mana. They hide their beliefs until it comes up, right? Until they are either feel safe and can do so in an appropriate context, you know, a private group or in person or the right corners of Twitter or whatever, or they expose their beliefs to in a conflict with a leftist, right? Whether that's an in-person interaction or more often an online argument, especially if it's anonymous, but not necessarily, where they will just sort of go whole in on their whatever their based belief might be or whatever their right-wing beliefs are, and then just go back to concealing it, you know, in any other context. I hope there weren't screenshots. But this has the effect of, first of all, shunning and avoiding this leftist social hierarchy, just as Frieren has no interest in the social hierarchy of demons. Then also, it provides a way for the right-wingers, especially online, again, where these ideas, where these conflicts are the most heated. It allows them to navigate society better, because people aren't, you know, the leftists in social and political power are not discriminating against them as easily. And also, they are, if ever they do need to show their power level, it comes as a surprise. It's sudden, and it can shake the resolve or the convictions, even perhaps, of even the wokest leftist. Now, this also kind of corresponds to this idea, which a lot of people have come to and have realized, that that the right has a very sophisticated philosophy of mind of the left. Right, the right can conceptualize what the left believes, whereas the left has no idea what the right believes. I think, again, part of that is just because leftists see themselves as in competition with one another to be more leftist, whereas right-wingers are more politically quiet and observant. They don't think of beliefs as something to put on display, but rather as something to hold to oneself and to discuss carefully, subtly. And this just ties into this well-known social phenomenon. Again, I think that this is an interesting reading of Frieren, that particular little bit of Frieren, concealing one's mana or hiding one's power level or whatever. And again, how it once again kind of maps onto, or can be mapped onto, maybe to be a bit more charitable, can be mapped onto a political distinction within online political discourse, especially. Anyway, I'm reading into it, to be perfectly fair, to be perfectly clear. I'm 100% reading into this. This is not something that was the intent of the author. I'm almost 100% sure that was not the intention of the author. But it's there. It's symbolically there. I think it's worth observing.
This place is
It's
owned
interesting.
by a real life adventurer, you know.
Okay, so Gracie, a couple of points about the autistic community in particular. Like I said, I have heard autistic people, people with autism, whatever, people on the spectrum, using the term maybe more jokingly and maybe in the context of tech. But she says, unless you're neurodivergent or disabled in any sort of way, they love to co-opt the ideas of disabled people and not credit them. That's your point at the left. Oh, and not credit them. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that is correct. but I do actually hear this from people on the spectrum, not just online weirdos. Although, to be fair, I'm taking their word for it that a lot of these people, I'm taking their word for it that they are on the spectrum, and these are most of the people I hear this from I don't know well personally. So, I don't know, maybe not.
If you don't buy my goods, Valverines will eat your children.
They
No,
could
really, I've seen it happen.
But again, yeah, so theoretically, this could just be people who, call themselves autistic online, who aren't necessarily. But, grain of salt. That's all I'm saying there. As for the she says, as for the difference, the point about the left, the difference with the right and the whole disabled community is they don't want to hear us or make us exist, so they're more likely inclined to send all disabled institutions. I don't actually think that's correct on the right. I don't think that's correct about the right. I think that you are falling into that.
That's bleeding amazing.
That particular social failing that I was just talking about. That is absolutely not the right's attitude towards the disabled of any sort.
It's okay, I guess.
Right. So there's two things going on here. First of all, it's worth noting that the left,
You have amazing
especially
hair, if you
the
don't mind me saying.
the particularly vocal, the particularly
Anyone helping you?
extreme online left, and the government of Canada,
I did so enjoy our
would
transaction.
absolutely, and the government of the UK, would absolutely want to institutionalize right-wingers for their beliefs. I mean, right-wing beliefs are largely illegal to express in the UK. You better be good at concealing your power level over there. But they're socially punished to a severe extent here in the US, even like the example from last time. If we include, say, in-group preference as being, broadly speaking, on the right, then saying I don't want to work for Jews can be construed at least as right-wing. It's incorrect, and maybe it goes too far in certain ways, and maybe it's expressed poorly or whatever. But that gets severely punished, right? By both the left and the right, by the way, but by institutional powers on both the left and the right. Right goes along with the left in order to punish those sorts of things.
Ew, horrible.
At least some of these things. Now, as for the right's view of disabled people, I can speak as something of a right-winger here. This is actually something that I've talked about. And it's the distinction between essence and accidents. The right is more likely to make a distinction between the disabled person and their disability. It's the person with the disability and the disability itself. Whereas people, broadly speaking, on the left treat... Let's go here. People on the left are more likely to treat the disabled person as essentially disabled. The disability as fundamental to their identity. Whereas
Hello there,
I think,
stranger.
sort of modeling the right-wing view, for instance, I think that you, Grace, given that you have some form of autism, correct? I believe you have a form of disability. I think that if you did not have that disability, you would still be my friend Grace.
Shop again.
And so, I think it is coherent to say on the right,
Friendly presents.
by a sort of right-wing view, it is coherent to say that it would be good for you were you not disabled.
I really like the way you look.
Right? Does that make sense?
See you later. I'm
Like, I know that that is a controversial view,
Not that I would eat the gold.
because it goes against a kind of, not essentialism. It goes against a kind of, I don't even know what to call the view,
Okay, well, goodbye.
because it
then.
isn't. It doesn't have a very clear philosophical pedigree. Aside from the subfield, I guess, of disability theory. But it's this idea that disability is essential to one's self, rather than it being an accident, which could be otherwise.
Come back anytime.
Again, I think that is the essential difference, and I'll link in the description after we're done with the stream in a few minutes. We'll have to do this quest when we come back next time. But that is this essence accidents distinction, this failure to make said distinction, is I think one of the major differences, at least currently, between the left and the
You're
right.
here to buy.
You're a real
Because I don't think that the left, broadly speaking, makes
See you
said
later.
distinction. Hey, Baze, how are you doing? Oh yeah, you got Galhub and Grail.
I guess
Excellent.
things are all
Can't
right,
wait.
but they could be a lot
I
better.
am almost done. Actually. I might have to start it over because it's my bedtime reading, man. It's so good. It is very nice and relaxing before bed. I will say that. Best time to read it. Left tokenizes those with disabilities. I don't think that's quite fair, but that's certainly not how they see it.
Top. It really brings out your
I mean, maybe you can argue that that's kind of what's happening,
Romantic presents.
but it's
Friendly presents.
Oh wait, we have.
they certainly don't see it that way. And I think there are genuine leftists who don't tokenize people with disabilities.
Bet you don't have any trouble lifting heavy things,
What do you want then?
Thanks for coming in. Hello, sexy.
I have bower
No,
stuff.
you'll find
Okay, so
place to live is
Grace,
in
I can
the
actually,
old quarter.
I can defend that conservative position
I
if you
always have
want,
more to spend on new
I'm still in
stuff.
business,
People
so
buy
that's
a lot.
something.
because it's the very, very brief argument would be something like the following: that
Ooh, you
it's
look
not for
ridiculous.
the benefit of people with disabilities necessarily.
Wouldn't kick
It
you
is
out of bed.
neutral to them and beneficial to
There's
others.
something I can never
That's my
I'm
guess.
coming down with something.
A plausible
Bloody
explanation.
marvelous.
That is my best guess for that. That would be probably my strongest defensive policy.
happens when market forces collapse.
Hope you're here to buy. Well, would you know? That put a smile on my
Always
face.
dreamt of
Yeah, all
owning my
right.
own house.
Thanks for that. Yeah, yeah.
Let's change the subject, shall we?
Anything
I have to
happening
be
in the
honest.
world?
I mean,
That was
and as for okay, so let me put it this way:
Later, I'm off.
when you say you wouldn't be the same version of my friend Grace if you weren't disabled, I think of that as the same way that you would not be the same version
I think you'll find our prices quite
if
reasonable.
you didn't need glasses.
You should spend your money
Right.
here. Then I
Like,
can have it.
take me for example, right? Your dear professor here. If I didn't need my glasses, if they were just for show,
I didn't ask to be a
or if I just never wore glasses at all,
I hope you're not one of those brutal massacres.
and didn't wear contacts or whatever,
pile of gorgeous.
I would be a different version of myself, but I would still be myself.
Nothing to
Just what we
report,
needed.
really.
I would just be the version of myself that didn't
Greetings.
stare at laser
Anything
pointers when I was a
happening
small
in the
child. With bad eye genetics, but that also I'm sure.
wizardy.
Do us a favour and shave, will ya?
Like, I think I can coherently say, I wish I could see without glasses. In the same way that I think that a person with autism, or any disability for that matter, any other disability for that matter, can say, I wish I didn't have this. I wish that I were neurotypical, or I wish that this didn't affect me in this way.
Prices quite reasonable.
Spending your money
Because,
helps the
I
economy.
mean, for that matter,
Thanks
I mean,
for coming in.
nearsightedness, especially when it's as severe as mine, like, for example, okay, here, have a notepad here with the college ruled notepad. It's about here. I can't read this.
Very nice.
It's not for nothing.
That is
Help
some
me,
mighty
and you'll
fine.
improve
I'm
morale.
extremely
I
nearsighted.
do like that outfit.
It
suits you well.
And so I have a disability, so to speak. And if I didn't, I would be the same person. I would just have different
If you
accidental
wore
characteristics.
trousers, you're an example
I think that's
to
all.
us all.
Hope you're here to buy.
Anyway, I think that is a very important distinction that is the way that people, broadly speaking, on the right, because again, this isn't necessarily a political right, political left. This is more of a cultural and a cultural and philosophical difference of views. But that is how people on sort of that side of these issues see disability, rather than it being essential to oneself and one's character. And that's an important, even if you think that's wrong, even if you think that that's completely incorrect, and if you think they are incorrect to think that way, it is absolutely important to understand that that is how they think and how they understand the world. Because if you do think that they just want to eliminate disabled people, or just think that disabled people are a nuisance, or something like that, then you're fundamentally misunderstanding what they're trying to do, why they're trying to do it, how they're trying to do it, and you're not going to be able to convince them to do otherwise if you think that's worthwhile.
That is
So anyway, I gotta call it a night. I gotta get to bed soon. So thank you guys for joining me. We're probably gonna have some more side quests looking at the map. Yeah, we got one here, despite it not saying we do. That's a lie. Do we have any in the castle? No, of course we don't have. We're not supposed to go to the castle. Do we have any in Industrial that we can actually do, or is it just Evil? Not main quest. And lost his engagement ring. Okay, maybe we can try that. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna have at least a few. We're gonna have at least a few side quests still to do next week, but it looks like we are probably going to advance the main plot. So we'll see. We shall see. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me.
Hello.
Hello, Jasper. Thanks again for joining me. I had a wonderful time. This is fun. This has been a fun game. We didn't do a lot of the game that was substantial to talk about, but we still wound up talking about a lot of fun and interesting things. So, thank you guys for joining me. I will see you guys on next time. It looks like we're going to be streaming Greedfall 2 on Wednesday this week, because our parish is having a movie night. I think we're going to be watching David, which I'm looking forward to. I didn't actually get to see it in theater, so we're gonna watch it with our parish on Friday night. So that's what I'm going to be doing this Friday instead of streaming with you guys. So Wednesday night we're going to be playing Greedfall. So I will see you guys then. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, first of all, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do all of those wonderful YouTube things. Donate over there at ko-fi.com/ProfessorMcCoy. That actually does help me tremendously. Baze, I'm not going to touch that tonight. Bring it up on Wednesday. I have a lot to say about it. Until then, though, remember, be safe. Don't be safe. Gosh, what's wrong with me? Tired. I need a drink. Here we go. Hold on. There we go. Cheers. Don't be safe. Be well. More importantly, be good. Good night, folks.